It's time to tackle our last big topic in the series. I will introduce you to cool technique I use for recognizing Flare jungle camps and provide some tips so you don't have to reinvent the wheel again. What's the core concept here? First, you have to know that camps in jungle are related to each other between areas. So basically if you know Spider Forest camps order, you also know order for Flare jungle. Sounds cool. But of course, Word isn't ideal and there are two basic patterns map can follow, mirror and custom one. To add insult into injury, there are exceptional cases when you roll 2 camps instead of 3, so predicting everything while running and reading map in the same time with fast-paced character might be real challenge sometimes. But overall this is the fastest, most pleasurable and powerful way of doing it, which opens possibilities and sometimes switches situation you would call gamble into well-made decision. One important thing to note, my technique is only add-on to tile-based camp recognition. Depending on circumstances it can be either top or trash choice, so switch between both methods accordingly and use them wisely. Let's see quick 2 examples in theory. We see Spider Forest camps order and only possible Flare jungle camp orders based on it. We can see mirror pattern. I think there is no need for further explanations, just reflects Spider Forest order. It's not a very common pattern to see though, what a pity. Then we have custom pattern, most common and you should bank on it the most in situations you feel gambling. There are 6 custom patterns in general, their behavior is quite predictable, so it's your choice if you wanna just memorize them or recognize pattern they follow dynamically. I do 50-50 between memorizing and being them up. Same situation as situation with tile reading, it's only a matter of personal preference how you do it. I'm going to reveal them all to you in diagram, but I recommend doing a challenge when you build such list on your own, which is cool practice to have. We also got exceptional case for Flare jungle. It's easy because you just erase empty camp from your list and there your outcome layout then you have a outcome layout with 2 camps. Much more problematic is situation when you have an exceptional case in Spider Forest. It can lead to weird behaviors because in this case Flare jungle order builds Spider Forest order, which doesn't guarantee you consistent guess you can bank on. So basically upside down render. Sounds complicated, but I'm pretty sure with practice you could get it. Just trust me, you'd better avoid 2 camps Spider Forest layouts. And by the way, first layout is a little bit better because no matter what layout you face, first Flare jungle camp will be always Gitbin area with dungeon. Which is not the case in the second example. I also prepared something I called partial usage if you don't care for going deeper. Point B is very casual approach for dungeon hunting or in situations you lost your track. Point A, on the other hand, is awesome to use in general. You associate last camp Spider Forest with first camp of Flare jungle for custom layout. I use it every time as template for making order design or when I lose track. It's also very good way to learning about it and using in practice. Highly recommend this way of thinking. And as I promised, full list of custom layouts for introspection. Take a brief look and see you soon in short practice session. Alright, let's reveal 5 random maps and see how stuff looks like in practice. I know it's not many, but hopefully it will clarify a topic a little bit. We'll use Tau knowledge too in this case. Of course, by tradition we can't forget about music. Let's see. I think Kurast will match nicely here. Okay, play in loop. Okay, let's go with our first map. Let's see what we can get. First tile just turns to the right, so goes to the top. Another turn. Okay, our first camp. Okay, we can see waypoint over here. Let's see. Okay, it goes just straight. So that's warranties at this point. Just 2 tiles, I guess. Yeah. The second one will be here. So that's interesting. Not a nice case to start with. I'm probably not gonna guess that one. Alright, let's see. Waypoint. So since it's a guide, I will just make sure it didn't happen. So that's 6. It can't happen on this side. It can't happen here as well. So we have just 2 camps. And it was no skip to the branch to the flare. Since we have flare over here because we had Great Marsh here. Right. Right, my guess will be nothing for waypoint over here. Nothing. So we already know something. We actually know everything, I guess, because second will be waypoint and third will be dungeon. I would risk that. Yeah, that's true. Alright. And we can, of course, do some trick as this one. And how did I recognize it? So the Tyson player here. First, I recognize waypoint by this group on ties on the ground. It's really concise and big. For the comparison, tie that consists nothing. A lot larger area and a lot more tiles. I hope the difference is easy to distinguish. And we have a camp over here which exits on the other side. I recognize it by this torch on the grass, and it's not perfectly aligned in the middle, it's just a little bit on the side, because one which is here in the middle means this tile is empty. First we have exit over here. Let's just fill up our layout. This waypoint. So the biggest concern was how nothing will behave, and it just spawned first, so then it was easy. Just always concerned when empty branch will spawn, and if it spawns immediately, then it's much easier. Okay, we have waypoint over here, just torchlights outside of the grass, and with recognizing tile, last torch is very crucial most of the times. Okay. Later we see statue over here. If you saw waypoint here, then we could have exit over here. But we don't see it over here, so it's no exit there, and waypoint is over there on the other side. See what we have further. Alright, it's either nothing or cavern over here, and it camp exits over there on the other side. Let's see what it is. Okay, we don't have cavern, so we have nothing. At this point we know all camps in our spider forest, so let's write them down. Waypoint, nothing. Nothing, cavern. What we know already? We know that in the flare we'll have waypoint first. So we could, for example, alright, we have Great Marsh over here. And we'll have just a spider forest there. Spider cavern. Without any chance for skip, so we have to go through Great Marsh then. Could, for example, do something like this on this layout. We know now by our second video, Flare Jungle can't start over. Actually, it can because it's not taken. So at this point, we could do, for example, something like this. Since we have guaranteed waypoint in the jungle first, we can just come back to the spider cavern without any risk of missing something. Not a perfect practice example, but you name it, you know what I mean. What possibility I'm trying to convey for you, and that's our waypoint with second entrance over there. So, for example, now we could just come back and do the cavern. Alright. Still don't know if you have mirror or custom layout. Find out soon. Let's just go in the way we don't miss any camp. So that's a moment of truth. Of course, custom is much more frequent, so dungeon over here. And also exceptional case for Flare Jungle meets that requirement as well. So custom plus exceptional versus mirror. Of course, that combo has a much more potential. Mathematics doesn't lie. And we have empty camp over here. Right. Our second example. We got interesting use case. But that was fine, I guess. Alright. Let's see our third set. Okay. We don't have waypoint here, so either nothing or cavern. Have cavern. Area, let's see what it is. Great Marsh. Our waypoint. Do we have skip to the flare? Yes, we have. Do we missed any branch? Ah, it looks like we didn't. So, second exceptional case for Spider Forest. I don't like it at all. Hopefully we can get something confusing going. What was that? Okay. Cavern and weapon. Cavern. Point. Right. Let's see what first cam is gonna be. I bet it's either a dungeon or nothing. It's dungeon, right? Yes, that dungeon. Let's go further. What do we have here? We have nothing. Nothing, so waypoint gonna be last. Yes, and you can see player jungle layout can make a spider forest layout in this case. If you just subtract nothing branch, you will get exactly spider forest. But you can get it in different cases as well, so that's why you never know what's gonna happen here. Okay, we have waypoint. Remember this? You already remember, I bet. Alright. Let's check our fourth example. That's already our fourth tile, so every tile we have to get a camp now. Okay, we have nothing, so we at least know we don't have another two camps spider forest. It's not a great example. Just start with something. Okay, we have nothing. Let's see what we have further. Okay, we have cavern over here and waypoint, but no skip whatsoever. Also through the branch we have no skip. Cavern. Waypoint. So I bet Great Marsh stands to the left on the second tile. Since we couldn't just jump over there with Sork. Third, fourth, fifth splits. It's on this side through the connector. Right, so what we have first? Of course, the most common thing is a dungeon. But we are not 100% sure about that. Let's check it. Quickly by tile, yes, dungeon. So, no mirror pattern here. Alright, second tile here. That should be nothing, I guess. Point of truth, yes, and that's nothing. Nothing, and waypoint somewhere here. So that's another custom layout, unfortunately. I would like to hit a mirror one time, prove you it exists. Okay, our last layout. Okay, what we have here, nothing or cavern without a second exit. Okay, that's nothing. Can recognize it by that little bush on the grass. nothing and that doesn't exit on the other side. But let's confirm it, of course. We can jump there. So it's either waypoint or cavern that exits on this side. Just few need sword tricks. Okay, that's waypoint. And that's waypoint is here, so no exit over there. Up our layout. So nothing. We have waypoint. Have to have a cavern last. Very similar, but a little bit different layout to the previous one. Our cavern. We don't have a little bush over here. Right, but we don't have a skip to the flare as well, so we have to teleport through marsh. Right, split over here. So that's our flare. Okay, and finger crossed for a mirror layout and nothing at the first branch. We don't wanna see waypoint, it's gonna be boring, right? No, we see waypoint. So it didn't happen. Varieties doesn't happen, unfortunately. Okay, so we predict very similar layout to previous one, so nothing and cavern instead of nothing of waypoint. As you can see, these patterns are very similar to each other. Right, but I didn't miss a counter tiles, but it looks like just two camps in player. Yep, just two camps. Did I miss something? No, it can't be here, it can't be here. Just two camps. So in this case, exceptional case, a little bit spoiled our prediction, right? Because it subtracted nothing, which was expected as be first, before dungeon, but since we had just two camps, dungeon was second. And that's exceptions you have to predict and take into consideration. Alright, and that was a small showcase. And in this way we are done with our last big topic. Hopefully it was inspiring for you and you see potential within this method as well. And hints I gave will save you a ton of time and confusion if you decide to play with it a bit in quotation mark of course, because topic requires a lot of care and practice. Alright, guide is basically done at this point. I will do short ending video. See you soon.